When I was a kid, I went to Universal Orlando. My parents didn't have much money, so we didn't actually eat out a lot. Um, and so it was definitely like a budget-friendly Disney adventure. And one thing I remember distinctly is continuously passing the Hard Rock Cafe and seeing the big guitar symbols decorating the restaurant, and just thinking like, wow, like one day I want to be rich enough to at least visit there, see what it's like. I was like, well, let's check the prices. And it looks like it's around $15 to $30 for an entree, which doesn't break the bank. So I thought, just to kind of complete the cycle for that like philosophical improvement, I'm gonna go ahead and eat here. Now the thing is, I've had a bunch of small obstacles as I've been trying to get there. One is like that there's a red light that just like stayed a red light for like literally like 10 minutes before I could enter. And then there's like cars honking in the back. I guess they got impatient, so they were like, just like exit this line. Now we're in this situation here where there's just a bunch of cars like waiting here, and basically I'm waiting for free parking. But it looks like there's just a bunch of people like waiting in line. I heard that it's at 6 o'clock it becomes free parking. So I assume they're waiting here for the free parking. In reality, they're all moving, so apparently that's not the thing. Or at least they're waiting for that line, but turns out I guess you can go to a different line for that. So yeah, I don't know what to do. I guess I'll just try those lines and see if that helps. So now it's 6, let's see if it opens up. God knows about the line at Hard Rock. I called in, turns out it varies dramatically. You don't know if it's going to be packed, if it's going to be hour-long wait. So here's what basically happened. All of a sudden, all the lines of cars just zoomed past the booth, which meant that they opened it up. It was free parking now. I did all this to save on parking, otherwise it's $26, but after 6 p.m. it's free. I made it here. Here it is. The wait can be up to an hour, but I'm prepared to endure that. Let's see how long the wait is. I did it. I'm here. This is Hard Rock Cafe, the largest Hard Rock Cafe in the world apparently. All this stuff you see on the walls has been donated by band members. I'm not at that point where I can just splurge and get whatever I want, like appetizers, desserts here. So I got something relatively more affordable, which was a burger. But maybe one day, something to work towards. Plus, that's not really healthy anyways, getting like ice cream, desserts, and nachos, so it all works out in some way, shape, or form. This is Elvis Presley's Taekwondo uniform. So I'm in the Elvis Presley room in Hard Rock Cafe with all this Elvis memorabilia. And the symbolism for me is just being able to, be in a restaurant that was just this mysterious, expensive thing. The menu's not crazy. I think the most expensive thing's like a rack of ribs for 35 bucks. A lot of famous guitars in this room. We got Carlos Santana there. I don't recognize those. Joe and Twisto from The Who, those are the two I recognize. And then Jimi Hendrix. Some of these others, Neil Young, I don't know who they are, but I'm sure they're pretty famous too. Some deep messages from Jimi Hendrix. He says, happiness is within you, just set your wings and set yourself free. And then look at this guitar, look how used it is. Like he really used this extensively. That's why there's all those marks there. he really, practiced hard and probably couldn't afford a replacement or whatever.
Is everything came out right, son? Is everything good?
Yep, doing good.
Enjoy your meal, okay?
Thank you. So it's a decent burger, solid. I've had better, which is kind of funny because, all the symbolism behind being able to eat here. Still well worth it. So I ended up ordering a side of mac and cheese. They call it twisted mac and cheese. Why? Because my psychological feeling wasn't enough yet. I wanted to really feel like, how they say in the law of attraction, like you've got to like feel like as if this is normal, that you can afford being here. So I was like, okay, the entree wasn't enough. I still felt like I was scrapping because I chose like the cheapest burger. So I felt like you can spend $8 more and get like some mac and cheese, and that'll kind of complete the cycle. That rounds out that Hard Rock adventure. The craziest part is the food there wasn't even that great, but now I know.